Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Hamzah Ghammaz, and today I will be presenting on mastering vocabulary with AI. Mainly, we'll be seeing how to use ChatGPT for independent language learning, especially for vocabulary mastery. Okay, so this is a question I think that my colleague, Nawar, who was presenting, touched upon it, which is why we use AI for vocabulary learning. The first point is because it is a kind of personalized learning where it focuses on your strengths, weaknesses, and it interacts with you in the way you like. And we use AI because it is more interactive practice. It interacts with students and as if they are working with their personal tutor. And using AI also gives you a kind of immediate feedback. So no need to wait for your tutor or your teacher to mark your exam, check your answers, or give you feedback on your composition. AI can provide you with immediate feedback. Now you can learn anywhere, anytime. If you got 5 minutes slot of time, you can pull up your phone and start reading, regardless of the place, regardless of the time. It is available anywhere and everywhere. Okay. And you can also practice, especially for those students who are shy about their level of language. They can practice speaking and writing without feeling shy, without feeling that they are judged on their language level. So because AI doesn't care. And finally, it improves your independent study skills. So by practicing with AI, you can practice by your own. And this is very important because people who use AI to enhance their vocabulary learning are a kind of more independent language learners. They take the responsibility of their own learning, unlike students who usually join education institutions or personal tutor. In most cases, they throw the responsibility on the center and or the tutor. So those students who rely on AI are kind of more independent language learners. Now, when we try to use AI for language learner, mainly I'm talking about ChatGPT, you have to give AI some kind of information about yourself, background information about your first language, about your language level, about your education background, and why are you learning these vocabulary items, which is your learning goal. So try to provide AI with a prompt, which is like, Arabic speaker. I am a chemistry major in my first year at the university, and my language level is CEFR B1. And I'm learning the vocabulary for an important vocabulary test. You can provide the test, for example, for IELTS, for PTE, for any kind of test. So provide AI with background information so that it understands your needs and tailor the response according to your needs. And this prompt, we have given AI information about the first language, which is Emirati Arabic in this case, about your language level, which is B1, your background. I am a university student majoring in chemistry in my first year, and why you are learning these vocabulary items. Okay. Then we come to the practical part, which is to let AI teach you the vocabulary items you are aiming for. So it will provide you with information regarding the definition of the word, translations if it helps in your native language, regardless of what your native language is. It provides you with word form, with synonyms, antonyms, and example sentences. And if we look at this prompt here, now I asked ChatGPT to teach me about these words. Give me a table with definition, translation, synonyms, antonyms, etymology, word form, and example sentence for each. Let's imagine that we are asking ChatGPT to give us this information about words such as persuade, skeptical, and distribution. And we'll put these in practice after I finish these slides, okay? Then we come to the evaluation part, which is to help me practice. Now tell the AI to give you quizzes to check your answers. So ask for questions that are graded from easy to hard. For example, activities like matching the word with the definition, matching activity, matching word with its synonym or antonym. It gives you multiple choice questions for definitions, multiple choice questions for word forms. It gives you gap filling activity either for sentences or for paragraphs. And the prompt will be something like, make me a multiple choice quiz with the words from the list. Give me 5 questions and wait until I give you all the answers, then tell me if my answers are correct, okay? Now, it also gives you feedback, and as we have mentioned, feedback regarding what you have written or feedback regarding your pronunciation. Ask AI to give you feedback on using vocabulary, write sentences, write paragraph, and say the words or sentences, and it will check your pronunciation, okay? So the prompt will be something like, can you check these sentences and tell me if I'm using the words correctly, okay? Now, while interacting with ChatGPT, I'd like to provide you with some tips. For example, tell the AI to make the examples simpler if they are hard, or shorter if they are long. You can ask AI to make the examples easier or harder. Now, when interacting with AI, try to use positive language such as give me, and don't use negative language such as don't give me, okay? Now, tell AI how you want the information. You can ask for information to be presented in a table, in a list, in a paragraph, in bullets, in bullet points, etc. You can also ask AI to give you different forms of, for example, the practice you are aiming for. So it gives you multiple forms on the point you are investigating. Now, in case you need a translation for Arabic or any other language, ask AI to give you translation by asking, can you please translate these sentences to Arabic so I can understand it better, okay? Now, ask for comparison. For example, in the prompt that we are given, which is to give you the definition for words such as persuade, I'll ask AI to explain the difference between persuade and convince and give me 3 example sentences that explain its uses, okay? Now, be persistent, okay? Ask AI, can you give me another example of persuade in a different context? So ask for more examples, be persistent. Now ask follow-up questions. And here you see that AI functions as a kind of personal trainer on vocabulary. Can you explain why persuade is used in this sentence instead of convince? And the final point is ask for additional materials. Can you give me links or videos or texts where I can see these words being used? Now I will use a prompt sheet, which I'll share with you afterward, to see how AI interacts with this prompt sheet. We'll find the prompt we need, then we'll copy paste the prompt in our favorite AI software, then we'll start working with our personal tutor. So let me go here to ChatGPT, which is accessible to here we are, okay. So here, and this is the prompt sheet, which I will share with you. It is mastering vocabulary with AI prompt sheet. So in this prompt sheet, I will put the points that I have presented in practice. So first of all, we will introduce ourselves to ChatGPT, for example, I am an Emirati Arabic speaker. I am a chemistry major in my first year at the university, and my English level is B1. I'm learning vocabulary for an important vocabulary test. So I'll copy this and paste it on ChatGPT and see what kind, how it interacts with it. Okay. So here it is. Okay. Now, okay. So it provided information about what is needed. Okay. Then I will jump directly to the prompt in which I'll ask ChatGPT to define and give me information about the vocabulary which I will be learning. So sorry, okay. So I asked ChatGPT to teach me about words and give me a table of definitions, translations, other forms of the word, and example sentences of the words. For example, I write the target words here. So the target words are skeptical and persuade and distribution. I will ask it to give me definitions, translation, synonyms, antonyms, and example sentences. So here it provided a table of definitions, Arabic translation, and other word forms, parts of speech, and example sentences. For skeptical, it said that it's something that is not easily convinced, having doubt on something. It also provided the Arabic translation of it, and it provided other parts of speech of the word. So skeptical, skepticism, skeptically, okay? And it also provided me with an example. She was skeptical about the results of the experiment. It did the same with other words such as persuade and distribution. Then, now we will ask to ChatGPT to give us information on word forms and synonyms, antonyms in a table. So let's copy the prompt and paste it here. So I'll say for the same list of the words, for the same list of words. So it will provide me with synonyms, okay? So you see the information presented in a table here, skeptical. It is a noun. It provided us with a noun and with adverbs. It provided a synonym, which is doubtful, and it provided an antonym, which is convinced or trusting. It did the same with other word items. Now we'll move to the third prompt, which is to provide example sentences. I will ask ChatGPT here to teach me about these words, okay? And to give me 3 example sentences of each word that will help me understand its meaning, okay? Of the same list of the words, okay? Now, as you can see here, it provided us with the 3 examples of words of the target vocabulary items. So skeptical, which is an adjective, okay? So the sentence was skeptical of the new theory. It also provided the sentence with Arabic translation, okay? And the same thing happens with other vocabulary items. Now we come to the evaluation part to check your understanding. I'll ask GPT to give me a matching activity where I'll match the vocabulary items with their definitions. So the prompt will be something like, make me a quiz where I match the words with their definitions and give me 10 questions. Wait until I give you the answer and then tell me if my answers are correct or incorrect, and explain any questions which I get incorrect, okay? So this is the vocabulary matching quiz. And as you can see, one of the downsides of this is that you need to take it and format it. So it provided in a form of listing, which you need to copy and format it in the way, in a presentable way to your students. Now, the first word is skeptical, then persuade, distribution, and here are the definitions. So skeptical, for example, a person who often doubts or a question things. So let's say someone one goes with A. Let's check what kind of feedback it gives. So the answer is correct. You can do the same with the rest of the vocabulary items. Now we'll ask ChatGPT to give us synonyms quiz. So I'll give it the prompt, which is make me a quiz where I match words with their synonyms. Give me 10 questions. Wait until I give you all the answers and tell me if my answers are correct or incorrect, and explain also the questions which I get incorrect. Now we'll see. So these are the words and these are the synonyms. So skeptical is doubt. So one goes with A, okay? And as you can see, it all usually gives the first. You need also to format this. So it usually puts the answers in order. You need to change it, okay? Now we move to the next prompt, which is gap fill-in, okay? Now we'll ask ChatGPT a question like this one, which is make me a multiple choice. No, this is multiple choice. Make me a multiple choice quiz with the words from the list. The question should be, so I provided the question to ChatGPT, choose the best word to complete the sentence. Give me 10 questions and wait until I give you the response, and then check my answers and provide feedback on the questions which I get incorrect. So this is multiple choice, okay? And it might give you all the same choice for the same answer for all options. So all questions can may be answered with A, B, or C. So you need to change this one. So the scientist remain space of the new discovery. Remain persuade, skeptical, distributive, or persuasive. So let's say that one, the answer is the scientist is skeptical, B, okay? So it provided feedback on your answers. So this is multiple choice questions. Then we'll choose from synonyms. Synonyms, multiple choice questions. I'll provide ChatGPT with a question like, make me a multiple choice quiz with words from the list, and the question should be which word should replace the bolded word. The bolded word should be a word from the list. The answer choices should be synonyms. Give me 10 questions, wait until I give you the response, and then provide feedback on my answers. Let's see what kind of questions it generated. So it generated the first questions, multiple choice, where all words are a kind of, the answer is a kind of synonym to the word skeptical. And as you can see here, the answer for question 1 is B. So like the first one. So you need to change this one, change the order of the answers. Now we move to the next prompt, which is to give you multiple choice questions in which you are required to choose the word form. And I'll ask ChatGPT a question like, make me a multiple choice quiz with the words from the quiz. The question should be which word from the word best completes the sentence. Give me 10 questions and wait until I give you the response. Check my answers and provide feedback if for the incorrect answers. So see how it generates the response. So the first one is she was very and skeptical, skepticism, and skeptically. So all the answers are different parts of speech of the same word. Now, she was very skeptical. So still, it given the same answer to question number 1, which is B. You need to change the order of these answers. So you need to change the format. You need to change the order of the options it provides. Now, next question is a kind of fill in the gap question with word bank. I'll ask ChatGPT to give me questions by asking this prompt, make me a fill in the blank quiz with the best word to complete the sentence and give me word bank of 2 extra unused words. The words should be from word list. Give me 10 questions. Wait until I give you the response. Check my response and check my answers if they are incorrect. So let's see. I'll paste it here. Now it generated the response, which is something like this one. So many people remain what about their health guidelines until they are more proved. And you see here, it provided the word bank, okay? So you provide your answers and it will give you feedback. So let's say number 1 is skeptical. Okay. If you provide a wrong answer, it will give you a kind of feedback also. Now, we'll ask ChatGPT to provide us with examples in which we'll fill the blank without word bank. So the same question will be asked to ChatGPT, but in this case, it will not provide us with clues to answer the questions. See, here it provided the questions without having without providing word bank. So fill in the blank, no word bank. Okay, many people still feel what about their government policy because they don't trust it yet. Okay, next prompt, okay, will be to fill in the blanks with paragraph quiz with word bank. So let's copy this prompt, which is to make a fill-in gap with a paragraph quiz and give me a word bank with 2 extra, the same thing with the sentences, and check my answers and provide feedback with the answers for the answers that are incorrect. So it provides the answer in the form of paragraph maze, okay, with a key to answer, okay? So this is the word bank and these are the questions. Next one is to provide also the same activity, but in this case without word bank. Now it also can give you feedback on if you provide ChatGPT with the questions from your production, it can also give you feedback on your pronunciation. For example, if you read a sentence which includes one of the new words, it will check your pronunciation and gives you feedback. It also can check your writing if you are writing a paragraph by providing a prompt, which is something like, am I using these words correctly in this paragraph? Please give me feedback on my writing, okay? And these are the general tips for interacting with AI. You can ask AI to make the questions simpler, shorter, easier, and harder. And as we have mentioned, be persistent. You can ask ChatGPT to give you another example of the word persuade in a different sentence. You can ask ChatGPT to provide you with differences in meaning between persuade and convince and the rest of the tips which we have provided. Okay, let me now share this prompt with you so that you can see the prompts and practice them yourselves. Okay, so I'll share.
Excuse me, may I ask?
Hello?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So I'll just share this document.
Marlo, we'll take your question in 2 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How much percentage do you rely on the use of ChatGPT in teaching?
Sorry, can you say it again?
How much do you rely much nowadays? Do you rely much on the use of ChatGPT rather than the textbooks or the reference materials for teaching?
Just for providing questions for students instead of typing, it makes the task much easier for us. For example, when I was teaching maritime English, I spent long time searching for reading comprehension passages that are the domain of it will be in maritime industry. Now in chat with the AI, you can provide the prompt, the vocabulary items to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT or any AI software to provide you with reading comprehension passage on the industry domain with the vocabulary items, which is somehow hard to find in textbooks. So I'm looking for a particular set of vocabulary items to be used in maritime industry reading comprehension passage. So I used to spend long time searching textbooks for suitable reading comprehension passage that includes a particular set of words. With AI, the task is much more easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your response. So would you recommend teachers nowadays to use ChatGPT for teaching and for instructional purposes and also assessment?
Yeah.
Giving assessments.
Mainly in personal speaking, I use it much more for designing questions, not for teaching. For teaching, you can use other kinds of software.
Okay. Thank you very much from the Philippines.
Thank you. Let me share the document with you. I'll drop it in the chat.
Thank you, Dr. Hamzah.
Thank you very much.